Yo, so guys, welcome back to another video, and this is another baseball reaction. And firstly, it's been a few days since I posted, and I've said this in the past, like how it's going to be a bit on and off with like reactions, but I do want to apologise because, again, 4 or 5 days plus, I don't want it being that long. Like, for me, it's just not, it doesn't feel right not posting, but obviously when I'm not able to do reactions, I can't just post out of nowhere, and I want to do videos when I'm also in like the best mood possible, but like, yeah, I apologise for that 100%. Like, it actually, like, I just hope I can get back to the usual sort of posting soon. Like, I've said this again, but like, eventually I will get back to it, and I'm so excited for that. But again, I want to say now that I'm gonna have consistent uploads, but I don't want to speak too soon and obviously leave like 4 or 5 days if something else pops up. But we're gonna work towards that. And yeah, this is another like topic because I've not looked at YouTube for the past few days because I've been really busy doing certain things. I've seen that a video that I did, I think it was the baseball reaction on the day Osama was killed during a baseball game. It was a really interesting video, but again, I hadn't seen my videos. I hadn't checked my videos for the past few days, and I've noticed that it's got a lot more views like than my usual posts. And I checked it, and like people were really enjoyed it, and the suggestions for it like were sort of related, like which makes sense. And this video that was one of the suggestions is President Bush's opening pitch at Yankee Stadium after 9/11, high quality. And I mean, just the sort of idea of this is very like intriguing because you wouldn't really expect someone so like high up in sort of like high profile, like probably the most famous guy at the time in the country, to do something like this. But I mean, it's something like I'm really like intrigued to sort of watch. And again, it's a short video, but nevertheless, hopefully it's the best one. I mean, someone linked this specific video, so I assume it is the right one. But if you want to see more things that are sort of related to this, just let me know, because I'd be down to see more of these sort of informational sort of type videos. Because obviously it's good to watch these videos, but it's going to teach me certain things, and I'm going to learn a lot about the sort of the American fans and just how sort of they come together through such dark moments. Obviously after 9/11, one of the darkest moments in US history. But yeah, let's check this out and see what this video's got for us, because I'm really intrigued to see like how the fans come together and like the security, etc. Like how it's going to react after such an awful tragedy. I'm really interested in this, man.
People
the stadium's
going
to be stacked,
10, 20, 50 deep. It's a mob scene outside. Much more of a police presence. You go through the magnetometer, hand search. This had another level of intensity to it. I remember seeing guys holding automatic weapons, and I remember thinking to myself, this is now my America.
Was that
walking into the locker room and seeing a bomb dog go through your
Oh my! I mean, that makes sense like when you really think about it, but that's nuts. Like where the players' dressing room. Oh my god!
locker.
That's
These were
mental.
reminders of what was going on around us.
It really puts it to reality, right?
Another reason for the heightened security was the appearance of a guest from
Is
Washington.
he practicing on the runway? You must have been so nervous.
As we walked in the locker room, there was a gentleman standing there that we had never seen before. He says, well, President Bush is going to come, and he's going to throw out the first pitch, and we need a Secret Service agent on the field, and so I am going to dress as an umpire.
Hey, this is nuts. This is a proper like secret agent type stuff. This is like sort of movie scene. You wouldn't expect to see someone like him dressing up as an official. That's wild.
He had communications. He had guns. He had things hooked on the back. He had things hooked on the front. And I said, how are you going to hide all that stuff? He says, don't worry. He says, it'll disappear.
That is insane.
All of a sudden, there was a knock at the door, and President Bush walked into our room.
Thank you. Will you do me a favor and say hi to my son, because he's one of your biggest supporters? Jimmy.
Jimmy, how are you?
Well, when you're president, all you have to do is say you're showing up, and they kind of ask you to throw out the first pitch, no matter what time of year it is.
This is my first World Series.
Is it really?
Wow.
I vowed I'd never go to a World Series unless the Rangers got in. And I changed that vow. You know, I wanted to make sure that if I was going to throw out the ball, I was able to do so with a little zip.
Okay, so he's actually wanted to do a good one, yeah?
The president was incapable of finding the plate. So I go underneath the Yankee Stadium, in the bowels of Yankee Stadium, and there's a hitting cage there.
Oh, he's properly training for it. Is that a bulletproof vest?
And he's wearing his bulletproof jacket, and he's getting his arm loose.
I mean, it makes sense, to be fair.
Derek Jeter comes up to him.
Hey, Prez, how are you doing? Good, Derek. That's good luck tonight. Thank you, sir. He said, say, I hear you're throwing out the first ball.
So I just asked him if he was going to be throwing the first pitch from the mound or in front of the mound.
The president said, I think I'll throw from the base of the mound. Jeter said, I wouldn't do that if I were you, Mr. President.
And I told him, you better throw it from the mound, otherwise you're going to get booed. I said, this is Yankee Stadium.
Nothing better to put more pressure on him. Like, he must have been very nervous already. just to say that. I mean, fair play.
Okay, I'll throw from the mound. And he's walking out, and he looks over his shoulder, and he says, don't bounce it. They'll boo you. And so the pressure, all of a sudden, I mean, I'm sitting there kind of fairly relaxed and feeling fairly loose, and the great Derek Jeter, don't bounce it. They'll boo you. And all of a sudden, the pressure mounted.
For God's sake.
Of the United States.
I'd never felt what I'd felt before when I walked out of that dugout.
Look at the stadium,
felt
it's packed.
the raw emotion of the Yankee fans.
Man. I really genuinely love the love people from the US have for the country. Like, you don't get that from, I mean, there's certain people in the UK that are like that, but for me personally, like, you see like people from the US, they just love their country with some insane like to some like insane levels. Like, you don't see that from other countries, and when you see it in these videos, like how it brings people together, like, it's just incredible, man. And for him personally, he must have loved it as well.
The crowd just erupts
loud.
in a chant of USA.
He must have had goosebumps, bro.
Like it that I've ever experienced at a ball game. It was overwhelming. It was just overwhelming.
President Bush is standing out there like a brick wall. I'm not afraid of terrorists. I'm going to stand all out here. I'm going to give you a thumbs up.
I tell you what, even though there was heightened security, so they would probably stop like they were making sure people didn't come in with weapons, etc. There's always that small chance. So like, he's got some balls on him to even just stand there and do this. Because I mean, there could be another scenario like in an alternate universe where someone did have a gun or they had a certain like weapon and shot him. Like, even with the security to stopping that, you never know like what could happen, especially it being so soon after 9/11. So you've got to respect it, whether you like him or not. Like, to have the balls to do that, I rate that highly.
I'm going to throw a strike.
Solid, to be fair.
I didn't vote
It's better than me.
But at that point, my personal feelings about him as a politician is gone.
Fair play, man.
I watched him, and he was my representative, and I had never felt that way before.
See how it brought people together, bro.
Good stuff. At that moment, everybody there was there for baseball and to show the
New York Yankees cherry equals the US. But what does the cherry stand for? I'm thinking of something wrong. What does the cherry stand for in that? Oh, that's pretty sick. The fans with the USA like on their backs. I love that.
world. That in spite of what can happen to us, we'll pull ourselves together, and what is our life and our way of life will continue.
United,
The stadium is
we stand
packed.
together in the face of this threat. We will play baseball in the midst of the beginnings of this war. No
Man,
matter what the threat may be to us, the United States of America will stand strong and will never be intimidated.
I tell you what this video's done for me. Just really brings into reality just how incredible sport is. Like, you think about it, and sport shouldn't be as powerful and as important as it is, but something about it, it's just incredible how it makes you feel and how it takes your mind off certain things. And just like after such like awful like tragedies, it can like bring such a positive like atmosphere, etc. Like, sport is one of a kind, and when it comes back, obviously for me with soccer, it's now came back with the Premier League like about 10-11 days ago. Like, with like baseball and basketball, etc., when like the NBA and MLB, NHL, etc., all like the major US sports come back, mate, I'm going to be with you, because I'm also going to be excited to see the videos that are posted and seeing some of the games live, and I'm hoping to do live reactions and like watching games live streaming. Hopefully I'll get back towards that within the next few weeks, and I don't know if it'll be on YouTube or Twitch yet. I'll probably decide like in due course, but how people will feel like when it comes back, I can't imagine, but it's going to be an exciting moment, man. And let's just check the comments of this, because I always like seeing like what people's thoughts on this are. I must when everyone love their country like that. Yeah, for some reason, people like it's seen as a bad, not by everyone, but like people see it as a bad thing for loving your country and like being like passionate towards your country. I don't really know why. I'm guessing there's certain aspects that people don't enjoy, but when you see it like this, it's incredible, man. What's not to like and love about it? Love and hate, and this is a great moment to watch. Brings chills, exactly, man. And balls as well. Like to do that in that scenario, you got to rate it. I'm not American, but I'm astonished at the level of patriotism. I can't say the word patriotism. I've probably said it wrong this whole time. And love for a country in one single pitch. This is absolutely awesome. Exactly, and that's sort of my point of view on this. Like again, I'm not American, but to see this for a pitch, it's insane. Like it's like an example with soccer. It's like Boris Johnson kicking off a soccer game and the crowd going mental, because that would not happen in the UK. I can guarantee that. He'd probably get booed. But with George Bush, like the love that he got for it was insane, and like the sort of how loud and passionate the crowd was, it was nuts. But yo man, I would love to see more sort of videos related to this, because it's just like, again, it's interesting to see, but I feel like it's teaching me about the sort of culture, etc., about how people feel and like how it brings people together. But again, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I apologise for the video being very short, but this is the one that was suggested. But until next time, like, subscribe, and peace.